I'm audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, first of all, thank you very much to RTU and Global Institute of Technology, GIT Jaipur, for inviting me for such a innovative and emerging workshop that is a next generation network. So, in this workshop, I think you are all aware that mobile communication or the mobile computing has just changed the thinking pattern of everyone. And last 20 year, the evolution or the revolution inside the mobile communication, we have seen tremendous changes. If you are talking about the starting from the first generation, and at present, it nearby we are. If you are talking about India, then at present we are nearing to 4G. And in this context, I think you can understand in the previous area if you are talking about 2005 or 2010, and at present what exactly mobile phone and mobile communication you are using is totally changed, and it has also changed our thinking pattern. Even in the previous era we can't imagine the live television on your telephone, sorry, on your mobile phone, but nowadays it is in the real state, or it is realistic. We can observe everything on your mobile phone or in your pocket. So in this context, this workshop is really useful. So again, I am thanking, thank you for your invitation and conducting this kind of hand-on session and the realistic workshop on the next generation network. In this 5 day workshop, we will try to explore in depth what is exactly the next generation, what are the different generation, and how a researcher or how can a student can think to make his career in this direction, because this technology is also opening various opportunity and various careers perspective for students, for academia, and even for industry and the various researchers also. So in this context, I am going to start one presentation. That is the first presentation of this workshop. So without wasting time, I'm starting my presentation. That is introduction to the next generation network. So I have just shared my slide in this WebJam portal, and it is uploading, I think.
Sir, you can share also your screen.
Okay, share screen. Okay, turn on
Yes,
screen share.
yes, sir.
Okay, this option is visible now. So I am sharing my screen.
It's visible, sir.
So is it visible,
Yes, sir. Yes,
everyone?
yes, sir.
Okay. So now here you can see that this workshop is about the next generation network, and I have already discussed the preliminary of the next generation network and why it is so important. In this context, I think you have to understand various generations of the mobile, because whenever we talk about the next generation, we generally primarily focuses on the wireless or the mobile generations, although we can also talk about the fixed LAN or wired network. But generally with respect to the next generation, we always focuses on the wireless or the mobile communication. So if you are considering various opportunity in this network, in this context, then you can see this wireless and this mobile kind of communication has opened lots of opportunity for the engineers and for students. Even most of the company nowadays, they are working on this technology, and truly development and truly deployment of this technology is really required by various service providers. That's why new kind of vacancies are creating, and they are recruiting lots of freshers, lots of researchers, lots of engineers, even lots of experts from various services field, so that they can at least install and establish and deploy this kind of network to the particular nation, in case of our country, we are working on the 4G. Still, the 4G realistic environment is still required, but we have seen the various service providers just like Airtel or Geo and even BSN. They are also working to deploy or adopt the next generation network policies so that they can easily deploy the 5G network. Even Geo has already released his plan for future. They are really interested to establish 5G infrastructure in our country. So just like their 3G and 4G structure, which are already available in our country. So you can imagine the power of these generations. This power, this generation can generate many things. This can also boost their economy. They can also develop the technology, and they can also enhance the level of thinking of everyone, because each and everyone will be affected due to this innovative technology. As consider the example of even in this COVID-19 situation. In this COVID-19 situation, nowadays people who are not even aware with any kind of online platform, they are even efficiently using this platform. Even they are talking in, and they are attending their offices from the mobile and laptop. They are completing their assignment. Online classes are also running, but still lots of flaws are also there, lots of good points are also there, but still we are just adopting this technology day by day. Okay, we are just trying to remove various flaw, various weakness in this system, so that we can adopt this system very easily. Okay, so I don't know the level of the audience here, but I think the audience are the BTech graduates, and some of the teacher or the faculty are also candidates. So in this regard, I have just created this slide to focus on this kind of audience. So this first session is, I am talking about the introduction to the next generation networks. So nothing but in this first session, because this is the first and the early session of the next generation network, so we do not try to design our next generation network in the first lecture itself. This is actually gradually process. Day by day we will learn, and then only we can decide various parameter, and what parameters would be actually in the part of the next generation or beyond 4G kind of network we have to select. But first of all, we have to learn about the thing, what exactly the previous systems are, how we are developing the technologies, and how these technologies are helping to innovate our new or next generation. Okay, this is very important thing, because day by day the new parameters are coming, new flaws and new or novel kind of problems are coming, and definitely we have solutions all over. Even we don't have solution, we are working on the solution to resolve this kind of problems. So in this first lecture of next generation network, we will try to focus on what is exactly the next generation network, what are the different previous generations, okay, what are the actually we are what we are expecting from the next generation network. Okay, this is very important thing, because we are trying to develop or deploy a next generating system, but what exactly the benefits are, okay, how what exactly expectations are, what a user can expect from the next generation deployment. So this thing we will try to learn in this session of the next generation network. So as I already talked about the previous generation generally start from the 1G or pure analog based system, where only analog communication is possible, not a voice communication is possible. But at that time, generally walkie-talkie was popular, and the wireless based, fixed wireless based systems are popular. So 1G I am skipping it because it is not directly focusing on the telecommunication technology. Generally, telecommunication technologies started from 2G and beyond 2G generations. So here you can see that various generation on the first column. We have various features just like 2G, 3G, 4G, and 5G. And what exactly the expectations are? The expectations are better voice quality, okay, in the form of digital. Okay, somehow it won't able to provide you better quality, because I think you heard about the 2G, that 2G suffer um, from various call drop, okay, or not provide better quality of service or better voice quality. So in this regard, the 2G was the first development. So we even can't underestimate the 2G power, because it was the first generation in which we are trying to send our digitized voice to some other platform. So that's why this is the first innovative step to create your all the data pattern or the voice, sorry, all the voice pattern into the digitized form. But we should not expect much, because this was the first generation. So it was suffer from various flaws, just like call drops, and won't provide you better user experience and better voice experience at the user end. Okay, so what was the most surprising thing in the 2G? And we can also consider in between 2.5G, but for a time being, what was the main surprise inside the 2G? That was the short messages or SMS. Okay, so SMS was most innovative element in the 2G structure. Okay, and the second thing, or the second generation, was 2.5G, also known as the GSM. Okay, the GSM is just extension of 2.4G, where we can get at least better quality and better voice quality and better digitized voice by using of the GMSK technique. We will see what are these technique, but for a time being, it means in between 2.4G and 3G we have 2.5G, which is also known as well standard, that is GSM, Global System for Mobile Communication. Okay, so in between GSM was developed, and here the better than the 2G voice quality. And yes, the call drop rate was also somehow better than the 2G system. Okay, so talk about the 3G, because 2G has suffered from lots of things, and technology has also opened door for deployment of various new technique or new modulation technique. So deployment of 3G is basically, we will see the UMTS systems and FDMA kind of system, because in this time this system was in the developing state. So main expectation was the wireless access protocol, or the WAP. Okay, and what was the surprise? So by use of the mobile phone, you are able to browse various website on your handheld device or the mobile phone. Okay, so this was the surprise which are incorporated inside the 3G package. Okay, the 3G package basically the development has better than the 2G, and here the first time the designer has tried to develop web, and by using of this web technique, or WEP, not AP, WEP technique, you are able to utilize or use the services or web browser facility inside the handheld devices, just like your mobile phone. Okay, so this was the uh, first generation in which we were trying to use the uh, browsing facility efficiently. Okay, so nowadays if you are talking about the 4G, because uh, com- most of the countries now they are using 4G. Okay, so I think 4G in India, in case of India, I think two service provider are using this 4G, Geo and uh, Airtel, and BSNL has also recently started providing 4G services in some specific regions, not all the region, but they have developed or they have deployed the 4G structure in specific regions. I'm not sure, very sure in all district, but in major district they have deployed the 4G services. So the expectation are the IMS stand for the IP based multimedia subsystems. Okay, it means we can use or utilize the multimedia, and multimedia packets are also, sorry, multimedia transmission or multimedia data is converted into the packetized form. Okay, and we are able to use the multimedia services inside the handheld device. Okay, so this was the surprise. You can see YouTube or WhatsApp on your handheld device. So efficient use of WhatsApp, YouTube, or any other social media platform was the surprise inside the 4G package, because these social networking websites and YouTube was actually more developed in after deployment of the 4G. Even in case of our country also, after deployment of Geo, this social networking website has developed in such a way that it crosses a large population. Although in the previous generation, hardly they are able to use on the mobile phone. Nowadays, almost if you have a smartphone, then your phone is equipped and pre-installed these apps, and you are able to utilize it. Even your elder um, even elders and the parents are also utilizing this thing nowadays. So you can imagine the power of this generation. This generation has totally changed the thinking of everyone. Everyone is trying to utilize this kind of services so that they can use uh, multimedia services in the efficient manner. So this was the expectation. IMS was the expectation of the 4G, and the surprise package inside the 4G was the YouTube and the various social networking we have already experienced in case of the 4G. Because in laptop, in the desktop, I think we are using this multimedia services much even much before than this generation. But to use this kind of services in the handheld device, just like a mobile phone, palm top, or any other handheld device, just like a tablet. So this was not expecting by this previous generation, but the 4G generation has changed the mind of everyone, and by deploying strong infrastructure and providing better bandwidth, so that a video or audio stream can also be possible. Okay, so what is exactly the structure after beyond 4G? Okay, because this workshop is focusing on beyond 4G technology. So, what exactly the expectation of other generation beyond 4G? So, still most of the countries have already deployed the 5G structure, and still most of the countries are also trying to even design this infrastructure for the 5G. So still it is not standardized well. Okay, the most of the companies and most of the service provider are working in this direction to provide ultimate service and better quality of service to the user as well as everyone. So in this regard, the if we are talking about the 5G, so 5G is totally expected. We can't actually fully assume that the low latency here. So 5G, what is the expectation? Expectation is fully connected IoT. IoT is nowadays very popular, Internet of Thing. It means each and every device which you can experience, okay, is having some IP based facility. And this IP based facility, it means we are talking about the Internet Protocol based facility. It means each and every device has IP address, and this due to this IP address, we can connect this device to the IP based network. And once it is connected with the IP based network, then we can control remotely or locally by giving command to the to this IP based device. Just like nowadays, most of the IoT based devices are coming. Even it is also possible that some of you have already or you are already using most of the IoT based devices inside your houses. Okay, just like smart tube lights are coming, smart bulbs are coming. Okay, Alexa is popular example of the intelligence system. So together we can see that this is nothing but it is a component of IoT, where each and every device or electronic device is identified with the help of the IP addresses, and by giving command by giving command through this IP based network, we can control it. Okay, so indirectly the automation will also come into the picture. Just like if you have microprocessor based microwave system, okay, in this context, if you are setting the time, yes, 5 minutes, and you are also setting the temperature, and you want to control remotely, yes, not after 5 minutes, after 3 minutes you will stop your microwave. So this facility nowadays is available. Nowadays, most of the ACs are also available, which you can control from your mobile phone itself. Okay, and you can also design your home fully controlled, which is fully controlled by your mobile phone, just like your fan or your AC, your tube lights, and any other electronic equipment can control by your handheld device. So indirectly, we are talking about the IoT, but to exact realization of IoT, lots of things are required, because even if you are using this IoT device inside your houses, what exactly required? Definitely, the strong bandwidth inside the house is required. For this purpose, you have to specifically install the Wi-Fi network inside your house or 5G based network inside your house, so that you can control these devices well. Okay, so the connection or the connectivity is very very important role here, and to combine or to integrate this technology to realize as a single service is really hard for various vendors. But still, nowadays various equipments are available. Even standardization is also not fixed, but they are even in the commercialized state. Okay, most of the time you can purchase a smart tube light, smart bulb, smart AC inside your house. But again, the 5G standardization is still not in the fixed state, but the company, due to the competition, they have released the products, otherwise they will lose the market. That's why before standardization they are releasing the product, so that you can use it well and so that they can capture the market. Okay, so most of the devices are nowadays are coming, and not due to this problem, due to this competition, because if they want to release this kind of product, then definitely they will suffer from the market competition. Okay, so what was exactly surprise inside this package? So 5G package has one biggest surprise, that is the smart house and the smart city. I think smart house के बारे में आपको पता ही होगा, but for a time being, if you are considering the smart house or the smart city, we can also take the example of it. In the smart house, most of the thing you can connect to the IP based network. Just like start entering from your house, you can deploy a safety and the security system to so that you can provide authorized and provide restriction to the unauthorized entry. You can identify the person before entering to the house, okay, by deploying a smart web camera, and you can also deploy along with your doorbell. Okay, so nowadays these systems are very very popular. So you can deploy this system, and inside the house or within the boundary you can deploy various sensor, so that if any unauthorized person is trying to enter inside the house, you will get alarm. Okay, now inside the house there are various facility, you can deploy various sensors, just like uh, fire sensor you can deploy, or in the garden you can also deploy humidity sensor, so that if your garden plants require some kind of watering, then they will automatically on. So this is totally automated thing. So if you are entering from your house, then you can experience about various devices, just like you can deploy sensor whenever you enter inside the particular room, the room light will automatically on. Even you can control your lights from your mobile phone or by giving voice command. Okay, you can also control your television or your fan. You can also control the fan speed and AC temperature by giving voice command or through the mobile phone. Okay, not only you can control these devices if you are residing inside the house, even if you are away from your house. Okay, it means you are not locally inside your house, you are away, you are totally away from your house, just like you are on the vacation, you are on the holiday, you are totally away from the city. okay, where your house is, then you can also remotely control your house. Okay, you can move your cameras so that you can visualize all the roads, all the traffic, and you can also track record various movements. Okay, so you can also set your camera, your security system in such a manner that if any incident or any changes in the previous frame occur, then only the trigger message will be triggered to your mobile phone, so that you can control and you can watch the camera from your mobile phone itself. Okay, so it is also expected. Nowadays, various tools are also available in which you can control these devices. But still, you are explicitly controlling these devices. But after deployment of 5G, you will see these things will happen in more realistic way. Still, lots of companies are giving this kind of facility. Even the 5G is even not available here. But still, after deployment of the 5G, you will see you can also club all the services together, so that you can more realize of 5G kind of services. Okay, so this is small example of the smart house, where you can control most of the devices from your voice or from your specific action by your mobile phone, or simply by walking to the gallery or inside the room. Okay, now second surprise is the smart city. Nowadays, I think you have seen that most of the countries are developing their large city as a smart city kind of project. In India also, there are lots of, I think 36 cities are selected in to develop as a smart city. In the first phase, I think they are trying to develop some metro and then semi-metro city, and then suburban and urban areas as a smart city. So what exactly the smart city is? So smart city has a big umbrella in which we can incorporate e-municipal corporation, so that we can monitor the municipal corporation activity, just like जो नगर पालिका या फिर नगर निगम activities है, you can monitor through remotely, and various sensor you can deploy to various garbage areas so that they can collect it on time. Okay, and you can also monitor various drainage, so that drainage won't jam at that time of any rainy season. And whatever the work which is performed by the municipal corporation can be automized with the help of the this kind of 5G deployment. And in the smart city, not only we will talking about the e-municipal corporation, we have e-transportation system. In the e-transportation system, we can remotely monitor the traffic condition. We can even monitor various traffic lights or the crossing light, and we can also set the time of various traffic light. Not necessarily जो timer fix कर रखा है, after expiring the time only green and yellow light will come. We can also set this kind of time, so that we can effectively monitor the traffic. As well as the same cameras and same thing can also be used to monitor various security issues, just like any accident activity, any theft activity, or any kind of incident which can be directly reported to the law and enforcement agencies. Okay, so this is also the one kind of example inside the smart city. So e-transportation system along with e-municipal corporation, e-governance we have already deployed along with 3G, but we can effectively use after deployment of 5G also. So e-banking systems are also be innovative in case of 5G deployment. So it's all about the smart city. Smart city has lots of bunch. In future slide and further slide we will also see. Okay, so these are the generation and expectation and the surprises, but all we will also see the technical detail of this generation. But for a time being, for this introduction topic, we are just expecting and we are just summarizing this thing here. Okay, so what is exactly the 5G vision? If you are talking about the 5G, what exactly we want to achieve inside the next generation technologies, and what exactly the difference between previous generations. So here, if we will see the 5G, then we have three more powerful benefits. That's first benefit is enhanced mobile broadband. The second benefit is the mission critical services, and third is the massive internet of things. Okay, so enhanced mobile broadband. If you are talking about the broadband technology, then definitely one thing which which really comes inside your mind, that is the fixed LAN with Wi-Fi modem, and you are utilizing the broadband services. Okay, so in the similar context, because if you are talking about the broadband always deploy with the help of the fixed wired or wired network. Most of the time it is fiber optics. Okay, to realize better bandwidth, then definitely the fiber optics network is necessary. In case of even 5G also, fixed wired uh, length is also required to realize actual bandwidth of the 5G, because from wireless you can't achieve the targeted bandwidth, because dedicated bandwidth always achieve with the help of the uh, wired kind of interface, not wireless interface. That's why 5G ho, yeah, 4G ho, they all required the uh, wired infrastructure in the base. Okay, because all tower to tower connection or any specific GMSK connection or GSM connection always maintained with the help of the wired wire interface, not wireless interface. Okay, because wireless suffered from many losses, many attenuation effects are also there, many distortion effects are also there. We will see later on what are these kind of effects, but for a time being it is suffered from various interference and as well as various effects, so that losses will come. And to minimize these losses, we can take the advantage of the fixed wire interface, just like fiber optics. So enhanced mobile broadband, here we are referring mobile broadband, so that we can at least realize the wireless broadband system. So multi Gbps data rates. Nowadays we are working on the 1 Gbps data rate almost, but we are trying to enhance our data rate into the multiple Gbps, so that we can realize our uh, our bandwidth into the more realistic form. Okay, so extreme capacity, we can accommodate large number of user. You can open even large number of application or services inside the same mobile phone or the laptop. Okay, uniformity is also required, because we have to uniform most of the standards, integrate it into the one form. So uniformity is also required, because most of the devices are heterogeneous. In this context, uniformity is very important component. And deep awareness. Okay, deep awareness, it means each and every component should be aware of each other, so that they can interact well. Okay, because क्या होता है कि we can't deploy the 5G technology directly without um, without without knowing the knowledge of the previous technologies, because we can't waste our previous generation. Even we are developing or deploying 5G, but not in the cost of the previous generation. What will happen if any previous generation mobile phone is calling to this 5G mobile phone number? Okay, or if 5G mobile phone number is calling to any 3G or 2G mobile phone number, so this should be possible. So we have to just monitor the backward compatibility also. Even we are deploying 5G, but still we have to accommodate previous generations. Okay, that is also very important context or the issue. Okay, the second vision inside the 5G is mission critical services. Okay, ultra low latency. Okay, latency and bandwidth. Okay, two important thing. Bandwidth is actually generally, I think you have seen that, yes, your data rate is 2 Mbps or 3 Mbps, but what exactly you are experiencing? Okay, what exactly the user is experiencing at his मोबाइल फोन और हिज होम? आपको कंपनी तो क्लेम करती है कि आपके जो डेटा रेट है वो 5 MBps है, 2 MBps है, 10 MBps है, but just try to download any specific file, then you can realize that this is not 2 Mbps, this is very low. Why this is happening? Because due to this latency. Because if we are considering the data rate from one point to the another point, then this is basically a delay which is associated when you are transferring the data from one point to the another point. Then the latency will come into the picture, and latency will always drop the bandwidth. If latency is high, then definitely you won't get the better bandwidth. Okay, so this is the uh, we can say this is the flow factor, or this will definitely minimize the bandwidth. So we can consider it as a negative effect. When this latency is low, then only you can get the better bandwidth. So in this respect, the first point is ultra low latency. Here what exactly we are referring? Ultra low. Low तो ठीक था, low 4G तक था, but here we are referring ultra low. Whatever the latency at present which is available in the 4G system, further we will try to minimize it. But how we will minimize it? Because this is the switching delay, this is the delay of various interface. Okay, so we will try to just change from the newest version of the component, so that this ultra low latency can be minimized. Just like if you are using your computer network by using a um, Cat5 cable. Okay, so Cat5 cable has limitation of 10 to 100 Mbps. Okay, but if you are using Cat6 cable, then this limitation will be enhanced up to the 100 to 1 Gbps. So it means if you are interested to use 1 GB network inside your computer system, then you not only have to change the switch, you have to change the cable also. In the similar context, if we are interested to overcome the latency, then definitely we have to change our components also. Okay, then high availability. As the name suggests, when the data is required, the data should be available on time. And if you are talking about the real-time system or the RTS system, then data always come on the demand basis, just like your video streaming data or live stream from the television. In this context, data always requested on time. And if data and audio are not synchronized with each other, then you can see the gap between your transmission. So it means data availability should always be there. Whenever the data is requested by the user, it should be fetchable from the nearby server. A nearby server will track record about his request, so that it can be meet to the deadline. That what is deadline? Nothing but the time frame in which it should be delivered. Okay, now the high reliability. Okay, high reliability in this context, that whether your data is reliable or not. Reliability always come with the context that how much data is dropped or how much data is lost during the transmission. Okay, so during the transmission, so in this context, I think you can understand, if then data is only reliable when it is free from various error, various losses, then only data will be reliable. So we have to minimize the losses so that we can enhance the reliability. Okay, now strong security. What day by day we are increasing our technology, we are replacing this technology by any other innovative technology. Okay, day by day we are getting better quality of service, better user experience, but we have to pay of this cost of innovation also in terms of security flaws. Okay, it means we are also opening various doors for the attacker, crackers, and hackers to deploy innovative attacks. Okay, I'm referring innovative attacks because technology is also creating way by which we can also sorry, attacker can also create different ways and manners in which attacker can perform the attacks. Okay, so it is also one of the vision inside the 5G. And 5G we have more services, just like automotive services in the transportation system, in industrial robotics, we can say e-healthcare system. Okay, so these are the mission critical services in which we can deploy the 5G. Now, what is the massive in IoT? So massive IoT is introduced in the generation or in the ending generation of the 4G. But to realize the actual IoT and to deploy the IoT devices heavily inside the 5G network, so we have to reduce down the IoT product cost so that each and every person can easily use and can get the better user experience. Because here we are referring massive, it means large number of IoT devices can work together to realize the 5G based network. So it should be low cost so that each and every user can utilize it. पहले देखा होगा at the time of 3G and 4G, most of the IoT device they are coming in, I think in the price of 2000 and 4000. Nowadays smart bulb is easily available under the 1000 rupee price. Okay, so this is one of the example. And if you are talking about the smart AC, then smart AC is also available under 35 to 40,000 rupees. Okay, so deep coverage so that we can cover the large area, just like not only the smart house, we can cover the whole region of the smart city. Okay, ultra low energy because each and every device is mobile one. And if you are talking about the IoT device, most of the IoT devices are not the wired one. They are also wireless one. Okay, even if they are wired one, then it should consume less energy. Indirectly we are talking about the green energy systems because we have to also preserve various energy consumption parameter. In this respect, most of the IoT vendor are designing their product which consume less energy and they are equally working. Okay, so this is very important context because day by day most of the equipment are working with the electricity only, so that we are searching the alternative or alternate kind of energy sources, so that the renewable energy, sustainable energy are coming into the picture. So we are also, as a service provider, they are also developing and deploying most of the IoT device which are based on the renewable energy kind of product. And they, if they are not based on this kind of thing, then at least they have to consume less energy. And if they are battery equipped, then definitely we have to change their battery for at the time of draining out the batteries. And the high density, it means the number of deployment inside particular region. We are talking about the density. Okay, so density will always come or always be better if it is low cost and it provides better connectivity. Then only the high density can be realized. So nowadays most of the IoT devices are wearable on, just like smart watch are available, smart health bands are available. You can control through your mobile phone, and the smartwatches are able to uh, analyze your body temperature, your humidity, okay, your even blood pressure record. But yes, again the reliability is most important concern in this case. Okay, the smart city, I think we have already taken the example in the previous slide, and the smart houses to realize or effectively of effective use of the massive IoT. Okay, so next parameter which is coming, that is scalable to an extreme variation of requirement. So we have these three services: massive Internet of Things, mission critical control, and the enhanced mobile broadband in the middle. Okay, and on the border side, you can see various requirement. In the various requirement, if we are talking about enhanced mobile broadband, and here you can see that deep awareness through the discovery and optimization, so that the broadband can be enhanced. And extreme data rates with the terms of the multi Gbps per second. Extreme capacity, it means 10 terabyte per second. Okay, so in per kilometer square. Okay, that is the capacity we are talking about, is considering a small region of kilometer square region. Okay, massive internet of thing in which ultra high density, it means 1 million nodes per kilometer square. Okay, so this much expectation they are expecting in through the deployment of 5G. Now, ultra low complexity, it means tens of bits per second. Okay, so this is the complexity, ultra low complexity we are assuming, but definitely this is only assumption. To achieve this level of uh, complexity is really difficult. Now, ultra low energy, 10 plus year battery life. Okay, again, this is really most important parameter and really hard to achieve. Almost 10 plus year battery life is really very critical parameter, but they are working on it. ऐसा नहीं है कि नहीं, they are working on it. If we are equipped our battery with 100%, then just we are minimizing the number of messages or battery consumption of every control messages. That's why we can minimize this thing. Okay, the next parameter is the deep coverage. To reach challenging location is the parameter, because coverage is the most important part. The mobile coverage should reach to the location or the remote locations also, which is totally independent from the city coverage, just like urban area to the rural area, and totally flat area to the hilly area. Okay, so most of the effect and environment effect is also trying to minimize the coverage, so that we have to deploy more towers or not more towers. We can control through the all available bands or not. Okay, this is also a big issue inside the 5G. The next point inside the mission critical control, that is the strong security, inside the reliability, inside the health sector, government sector, or the financial sectors. Ultra high reliability, 100 million packet lost. Okay, so what we exactly we are considering, less than one or equal to one out of 100 million packet lost. Okay, so out of 100 million packet, we are assuming that only one packet will be lost. This is really high cost and high reliability we are assuming in the mission critical control services. So ultra low latency, as low as 1 millisecond. So this is the delay we are expecting whenever we are just assuming our bandwidth. Extreme user mobility or no mobility at all. Okay, so if you are considering the mobile user, then mobile user will always move with respect to time. Okay, if you are talking about the fixed wireless point, then it is static one. So we are considering only two cases, whether this mobile user we are assuming, or whether it is a fixed wireless case, just like your Wi-Fi access point. So mobile mobility or not at mobile mobility. So these are the two important context in this regard. Okay, so what exactly the broadband facility we can get? So enhancing mobile broadband and using the next era immersive experience and the hyper connectivity. Okay, here we are assuming hyper connectivity, not the single or multi-level connectivity. Here we are assuming hyper connectivity. Hyper connectivity, the next level of the connectivity in which each and every devices and node are connected highly to our through the multiple links. Okay, so here we have 3D or ultra high definition video uh, telepresences telepresences and tactical IoT or the tactical internet, in which we can uh, also control various devices through our movements, just like by blinking your eyes, by set your hand gesture to the specific position. Okay, ultra high video streaming. Nowadays most of the USD TV televisions are coming. I think you can understand from this example. And demanding condition, that is the venue, because most of the people will uh, try to accommodate on a single place. क्या होता है, whenever a cricket match is happening on the particular stadium, उस टाइम पर क्या होता है, जो नियर बाय जो टावर्स होता है, they have to accommodate large number of user. जस्ट लाइक स्टेडियम के पास का जो टावर रहेगा, दे ऑलवेज फुल विथ हाई कनेक्टिविटी. Okay, so in this respect we have to dynamically manage the number of population. If one time it is they are happening, then definitely it should be controllable by the service provider. Okay, broadband fiber to home. nowadays I think Jio Fiber का example आप लोगों को सबको पता होगा. Jio Fiber is also providing lease line or the broadband line to home, fiber to home. Okay, so that you can realize or you can integrate all your mobile experience through the fiber LAN only. Then fiber LAN, why we are just hiring this kind of fiber inside your house, so that you can experiencing about the better television inside your houses. Okay, so that you can connect your mobile phone, or you can even call someone from the telephone or from the this fiber line itself. Okay, so fiber line has lots of benefit because the dedicated data rate will always come from the broadband itself. Okay, now the virtual reality. Reality is really nice area or emerging area in which you can just imagine um, any kind of futuristic network, any kind of futuristic game, or any kind of simulation in your 3D picturization. Okay, for this purpose, you can use any wearing glasses of this word to realize the virtual reality. You can wear any kind of specific equipment. You can also imagine the same thing by using tactical internet, or you can also imagine the same thing by use of television or the mobile phone. Okay, so these are the actually parameter inside the mobile broadband. Okay, now connecting massive IoT. In massive IoT, we can consider the example of the smart city, smart home, utility meters. It means the meters. Okay, जो आपके घर में देखा होगा इलेक्ट्रिसिटी मीटर लगा रहता है. Nowadays, I think most of the meter are converting to the smart meter. But पहले क्या होता था कि आपका जो लाइनमैन होता था, they always come to your house and they take the reading, and afterward only you will get the actual bill, actual electricity bill. But now most of the electric company are deploying this smart meter, and this smart meter can also control remotely. There is no need to go to specific house for taking readings or even controlling the theft, because most of the time they are also just capturing this electricity in the hidden form. Okay, they are also bypassing the meter, bypassing the electricity to their houses. So it can also be controlled by deploying the smart meter, so that they can control, yes, कि ये जो 5 houses है, they are consuming this much of energy, but this energy is somehow different than their bill charges. Then only they can extra observe to specific location. Yes, the observation is required in the particular house. Okay, so wearable and the fitness. Okay, we can also have lots of body sensor nowadays, just like smart Fitband, smart watches. Okay, nowadays most of the things are coming in. Smart shoes are also coming. Smart t-shirts are also coming, so that you can cool down your body in the day activity. Okay, so lots of products are coming. Even हो सकता है कि मेरे example देते देते भी some other tech developer is also developing one of the product. Okay, so in this speed they are developing the products. Now remote sensors and actuators in this, in which we can deploy some kind of sensor in the agriculture field, and they can remotely monitor the humidity level inside the agriculture field. Whenever the humidity is low, then only the water pump will be automatically on, so that it will provide the watering to specific uh, crop. And we can also deploy this kind of sensor to, or fire sensor to various um, फॉरेस्ट लोकेशन. क्या होता है जब कभी भी जंगल में आग लगती हो, देखा होगा, दे स्प्रेड वेरी फास्टली. तो इन दिस सिचुएशन, इफ वी आर डिप्लॉइंग दिस काइंड ऑफ फायर सेंसर इन द फॉरेस्ट रीजन, whenever any kind of fire is happening, then they will send trigger message to the nearby fire control station, as well as if any watering facility is available in the forest region where fire is occurring more frequently, they can automatically pump, they can start in this situation. Okay, object tracking, because most of the warehouses, just like Amazon का warehouse है या Flipkart का है, they are also tracking their product. okay, where the product is, not only from the parcel number even. They are also tracking their product directly by deploying some kind of chip inside their product. Okay, so chip हो सकता है या simple we can say simple barcode or any other code can also help them to track their product well. In case of in case of the supply chain management, this is really useful. Most of the IoT actually really useful in the supply chain market and then and control in the inventory systems and also control the warehouse systems. Okay, so third, our biggest requirement is the enabling new mission critical control services with ultra reliable, ultra low latency communication. So autonomous vehicle, we have already given example of the e-transportation system. Okay, so we can protect most of the thing inside the transportation system through the wireless or through the transportation system remotely even, just like controlling traffic lights, monitoring the distance between the vehicles, okay, and also capture the images at the time of incident. So there are lots of use in the e-transportation system. In the robotics and in the automation system, it has lots of use because I think you have heard about the Chandrayaan project or the Mangalyaan project. Okay, then here manless mission they have developed, and they are sending only robot to perform a specific action, to capture the images, to drag the mud or any kind of dust of a specific satellite. Okay, so they are working on it, or most of the agencies are working on the robotics area to perform automated action or the manless action in the specific region. Okay, industrial automation is also required. It also reduce down the human resource cost. Okay, so due to the perfection of the industrial automation system, most of the automated work are nowadays adopted by most of the companies and firms. They are just managing their product fully from the automated system. There is no human intervention inside the design mechanism even. Now aviation sector has also been, because after UAV, I think you have seen this kind of uh, this kind of manless plane we can say, or the UAV plane, an aerial vehicle plane. Now nowadays I think they are in the developing state. Most of the countries are developing this product so that they can avoid the, we can say, tracking mechanism of any specific country. Okay, so it has positive side and negative side also, because after using this drone, definitely it won't capture by some of the trackers, and it can cross the boundaries also. So most of the people nowadays also working in the reverse direction, so that they can stop the drone movement inside the particular region. Okay, so ड्रोन स्टॉपिंग एंड ड्रोन जेमर्स आर ऑल्सो कमिंग. अभी देखा होगा 15th of August को जब मोदी जी ने स्पीच दी थी, इन दिस टाइम ऑल्सो दे हैव डिप्लॉयड द drone stop and drone jammer in the particular location in the Lal Killa, so that they can track record and move, they can observe various movement of the drones. Now, energy in a smart grid system can also be managed through wirelessly or without of main remotely. And in the e-medical health sector is also monitor the patient remotely, because most of the reasons we can't deploy our the doctor directly. Just consider the situation of even COVID-19. Even our doctor can't actually go each and every time whenever this patient suffer from specific thing, because doctors are very limited. Each doctor can't handle one patient at a time. He has to handle multiple patients at the same time. So in this situation, they can also monitor their patient by remotely manner or remote manner. If some parameter is up and down, then only they will approach or they will send instruction to the specific nurse or some ward boy or compounder. Just perform this action, till then any specific emergency team will reach. Just like we have deployed various sensors or body sensor inside the patient. Okay, now if we have setting this parameter that if blood pressure will high from 160 or more, then only it will send message to the doctor. Okay, if blood pressure is more than 160, then we can instruct to respective board boy or any nurse, please provide this medicine or this injection, so that this heart rate can be reduced down, sorry, this blood pressure rate can be reduced down. Similarly, we can perform with other parameters. This is only example. Okay, so what exactly where we are, and this is the revolution of the various technology. Here I am considering only 2015 to 2020 plus. So here you can see lots of technologies are developing in this last 5 year. Okay, just like FDD, TDD, COMP, dual connectivity, vehicle to X, IoT, okay, massive MIMO, multiple input, multiple output, unlicensed spectrum will give you idea about the cognitive radio network, enhanced CA, shared broadcast, low latency. Okay, so nothing but we are just moving from LTE advanced to LTE Pro till 2020. Okay, so we are talking about somehow advanced standard, which is nothing but at present we are working nearby 4G, but nowadays we can consider we are working towards 4.5G, not exactly 5G, but in between we are trying, and we have achieved till 4.5G, which is equal to LTE Advanced Pro, and which has some different parameters. Okay, and in future we will also expecting each and every technology in the advanced state. ऐसा नहीं कि we are learning day by day and we are forgetting previous technology. This new technologies has also backward compatibility. It means if we have to adopt the previous or existing technology, then we can use it as the infrastructure and we will deploy the new technology. Okay, we can't bypass our previous technology by deploying the new technology. Okay, this is the main important or restriction inside the deployment of any new generation. Whenever the new generation will come, this will also track record of the previous technology. Okay, so backward compatibility case always there. Now each and every time we have to convert this technology into the new generation form, and if new generation technology is talking to the previous generation, then again the conversion is necessary, so that they can communicate with each other with respect to the here time and the revolution. Okay, if you're talking about the previous generation technology, previous generation technologies are not actually based on the packet based network. But if you are talking about the 5G based kind of network, then this 5G, you can you can tell that this is the totally packet based network where voice, audio, and the multimedia, okay, all things are converted into the packet form. What exactly the packet is? If it is converted into packet, then we are talking about the IP based network. Then it means each and every service will try to provide service with the help of the IP based services only. Okay, so whatever the service is, it will be diverted into the packet based service to provide better quality of service, better end to end delay kind of services, and the broadband capability. Okay, these are the main feature inside the 5G. Okay, I think one more slide is also there. Multi-mode and the multi-connectivity essential to 5G services or 5G success. So 5G, 4G, 3G, and Wi-Fi multi-mode services. Here you can see that Wi-Fi and 4G at present we are using, but uh, nowadays these are available technologies, but we are moving towards the 5G. So we are talking about the 5 or 6 gigahertz band where we can assume or connect our devices. So I think I should stop at this point, and I think you have a small idea about the generation and 5G expectation. And in future lecture, I think we will try to learn what are the different generation, how how these generations are coming, what are the technical actually differences between these generations. But for this introduction, I think I have covered this 5G preliminary part, where we have seen lot of expectation from the 5G and small differences between the 1G, 2G, 3G, and 4G. So I'm stopping at this point, and now, if you have any specific query, then you can also write in the comment section so that I can give the answer. And I am really happy if you are asking the question related to the 5G or even previous generation of the mobile computer. Okay, is there any other query?
Participants, if you have any query, please ask in a chat box. So it's one query from Tushar Sani
Okay, sir.
in a chat box. It is true NASA used 10G.
Sorry.
Uh, it is true that NASA used 10G.
No, NASA is not using any 10G. Actually, we have realized the structure of even 5G, and most of the country had deployed the structure of 5G, not beyond the 5G. Okay, they are using advanced product. They are not standardized one, but to say this if 5G or beyond 5G they are using, so this is practically not possible because it is not standardized yet. Because the standardization is always performed by ITUT, International Telecommunication Unit of Europe. Okay, so they standardize various generation. And if you will visit the website of ITUT, then you can get the detail till 5G and some advanced structure, not more than that.
So one more question from our participant.
Okay.
5G approach will increase the EM radiation and the power level that is harmful for body. Then why we are approaching to 5G?
Yes, it is true because most of the wireless devices are suffer from high power, and it is really not good for human body. Then the question is also right, why we are approaching to this kind of generation. Still there is a trade-off between these two things, because we have, once we will increase the data rate or the power, then definitely it will give some harm effect to the human body. So ultimately our law and enforcement agency, just like regulatory body, is also working to just see, or they are also observing what exactly the power they are transmitting. Okay, because due to the competition they are enhancing their power, and which will give you some kind of body harmness and stress in the mind. So just like Telecom Regular Authority of India, they are also monitoring various parameter. So actually, one more parameter which I want to highlight, that is a green communication. So they have a guideline of the green communication, and they are try to deploy along with the new technologies, so that at least they can minimize the this kind of radiation inside the body. But again, this is very important area. Most of the researchers are working in the green communication to minimize this kind of radiation inside the body or inside the any specific reason. Okay.
So next question is, what is the range of 5G?
Okay, the range of the 5G is totally vary from various standard, because if you will increase the power, and power is also country based. Okay, so one country is using some alag kind of decibel power, and other countries are also using some different kind of power. And if the power or transmitting power are more, and it will reach to the large coverage area. If power or the transmission power is low, then it can reach to some kind of nearby area. If you are considering a 5G tower, then it can provide you transmission till 10-kilometer range. Okay, but this is a only typical figure, not a fixed figure. If you are considering a ideal 5G tower, then definitely it should provide you coverage till 25 kilometer, not more than that. But it is not realistic one.
Hello. Hello.